Good morning, Adama.
Good morning.
Yeah, I am David Medina. I'm a Hakomi teacher, and also I'm organizing this wonderful event that we're having here. We're meeting all the Hakomi Education Network from people from 27 countries. We saw yesterday in the room, and I'm here with Adama Hamilton, which is one of the legacy holders named by Ron Kurtz to continue with his legacy, teaching his work. And I'm really grateful that you come here from all over from
the United States.
The United States, yeah.
And Canada.
In Canada, okay, yeah. Yeah, what else can you tell us about what you're doing at the moment? And then we will continue with the conversation about the ultimate paradox. Okay.
Offering Hakomi trainings, doing other work that I do, and energetic type work.
Energetic healing, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm doing that and traveling quite a bit.
Yeah.
Now.
And well, this idea of the ultimate paradox, and it's great that you have this energy healing work, and we can talk in those terms as well,
Yes.
And about this ultimate paradox, what we say is that how to find a balance between everything is so-called perfect as it is, and we can just stay with what is, with what that presents, and accept it, stay with it, and at the same time how to bring about change, on how to be proactive in bringing about change in our lives and evolve, transform ourselves, because people come to us with a desire for transformation.
Yes.
Normally. But at the same time, we work with this Hakomi method, which at the base is not wanting to change anything in the person that is in front of us.
Yeah, I think so much is about allowing the person to let go of those things that are impeding, holding, restricting them from actually experiencing who and what they truly are. So we have outside things that we've taken on that hold us in place or are weighting us down. So it's about recognizing them, discovering them in a non-violent way.
And staying with that as well, huh? So that they can become conscious.
Yeah, it is, as Ron taught in his latter years, an assisted self-discovery. So you and I working together, we see what's happening right now, what's alive and real, and then we can move from there in whatever direction is really willing to go, whatever direction is willing to be pursued or moved into.
Yeah, because from my own experience, I think I've been in moments in which I was just kind of like training myself to be with what is, and I'm being with suffering and with uncomfortableness and like so-called negative, or at least uncomfortable emotions. But at the same time, I believe I went into a period in which nothing changed. And also I have been in periods in which I have been more proactive in changing and setting goals, setting ideals or whatever, and then I could send myself a little bit the message that what I am now is not okay. You know what I mean? And to find the balance there, it's not easy.
It's a dance.
It's a dance, yeah.
Yes, and sometimes we trip and fall and step on our own toes. Yeah, I think there's a natural flow, a natural calling that comes through us, from us, of how to move in the moment. And it's recognizing that, or recognizing what's standing in the way of that. So that's not allowing me to move in a way that's more authentic and real for me. What's that deep, authentic passion, aliveness that I have, to move from there, my interest, my curiosity. And then again, finding out those things that are inhibiting that are not allowing that to shine. What's not allowing me to shine? And becoming conscious of that. And maybe that's okay for now. And then we see.
And then you can have a little improvement as well. No, it's like it's
it
okay
just
for now.
naturally happens. Yeah. It's
yeah.
not something that's forced or pulled out of you. It's just the recognizing, the seeing, often allows things to move in a way that's different. So it's looking at old patterns, old circles that we go in, and recognizing that, and then you can have a choice. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I don't want to do that. Yeah, the change is natural.
Yeah, like let's add a different possibility, or let's explore a different possibility rather than the circle. Yeah, and also when we watch nature, everything is changing all the time. So I mean, we can accept that this is going to happen here as well. Everything is changing all the time within, and from an energetic point of view, I believe energy is changing all the time, right?
It is, and it's always in motion. And when things when things aren't in motion, then that's when usually we say they're dead, or they're following that motion, allowing the motion. And it is the paradox, like you say, to be totally okay with what is, and yet there's things to do, there's things that happen. And yes, I'm interested in what calls us, what brings out the most aliveness, the most passion, the most excitement within us. And then we can follow that, and in following that, it gives us more aliveness. And
yeah, that touches something in me as well, you know, because that when you find that, you know, from where do you are gonna have the best of you, where you're gonna shine.
Yes.
You know, to find your passion, and that can be translated into enthusiasm and energy. And it is reflected in the body, and I'm having that experience very clearly here. You know, this is kind of a dream coming true, you know, all these people here, or you, all the legacy holders here coming to Bilbao, and I feel that enthusiasm and energy, you know, and it comes from that. It comes from finding a passion as well. Yeah?
Yes.
I'm also interested in, well, sometimes I see this reality as an information system reality or something like that, you know, and it's really interesting how we can input on that. It's like we put little inputs in our information system, you know, in terms of experiences. If you add an information, then you have a different body experience, you have a different energetic experience, and after different outcomes outside, right?
Very true.
Yeah.
And you know, how to offer those inputs is always there's like a question, or it's what's just the right amount to offer, to allow the whole system possibly to shift and move and change.
Oh, that's interesting. Find the just amount.
Yes, yeah, just the right amount. Whereas too much, then there's resistance. So it's finding the right pathway, and then the right amount. Yeah, too much of anything then becomes more forceful, more, in a way, more violent. Even too much, you could say too much loving. Oh, you know, I'm so loving you. There's an overwhelmingness of a feeling that the body immediately starts resisting.
And also the system maybe is not prepared for that at the moment. That's interesting. It's again a bit paradoxical. It's always finding the
well, how to make the harmony, how to dance together, and certainly when working with another person or a group, it's a dance that is continually shifting, moving, and we want to we want to do it artfully and gracefully. Sometimes we do better than other times.
Yeah. But it's true that in Hakomi we train that. We are all the time training that by tracking.
Mm-hmm.
No, we track, and we if we are trying to put too much amount of whatever, we can track. Oh, this is too much, and then step back a little bit and see what is the correct amount. No?
And it takes a sensitivity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's training in becoming, the more sensitive I am, and then the more present in the moment, then I can do that better. Perception, attention, you know, what's again, I say, what's the right amount, what's the right movement? Times I should move back, I should move forward, go this way, this way.
Yeah, but tracking all the time in ourselves and in the other person.
Mm-hmm. And there's a point where we're tracking, but then we let go of it. Because if I'm always doing that, then I become so focused on that I lose what's really happening. So there's a way of building it into the body so that it's an automatic process. Ron Kurtz used to talk about it as we have butlers inside of us, that like a butler that takes care of things, takes the dishes out. So we train ourselves so that we have those parts of us doing their job, then the majority of us can just be present here and now and do what needs to be done in the moment, what's called for in the moment. Okay,
that's interesting. About what, can you talk a little bit more about that? About what, if we are tracking all the time, mm-hmm. we can lose. Yeah,
yeah, we lose. It's like I'm focused on this. Okay, I must be tracking what's happening, what's going on here. If I'm continually bringing that in, it's almost like I bring that in front. This is my job, and I need to track,
yes.
and I have to see this and what's happening. I become so focused on that pretty soon I've got the tracking here, but it's not allowing what could happen. It's not allowing that, maybe the more intuitive part of me to choose just the right word or the right motion, or allows the idea to come, oh, let's try this experiment and see.
If I understand well, is that if a big part of your consciousness available is for tracking, then maybe it's not available for receiving an intuitive signal of what is the correct word, or
yes, yes. So we train ourselves to be able to do the tracking without having to be so conscious of it.
Yeah.
So it's like any great sports athlete, you know, the train in the basics, doing the basic things. So, or a musical master, they continue to do the basic things, and then the jazz can come out of it, something new, something alive. And they don't have to think, okay, this is this key, this is this dance step. It just flows, or this is how I do whatever I'm doing. We allow the mastery to come. But it's through years of practice.
So like when you drive a car,
right?
There are some things at the beginning, they catch all your attention, all your consciousness there, but bit by bit you don't have to think about that, and you can go talking in the phone or talking in the while you drive, huh? Yeah. And at the same time, I think that when we train this tracking ability and it becomes something embodied or incorporated, it's so useful in life, you know, because whatever we do, it's gonna bring up a reaction with other people. I mean, and if you have this fine sensitivity for tracking, you can see things, and you say something, maybe this person has not received that very well, or
and it's practicing that, like you say, daily. When you go shopping, when you interact with anybody, you have a chance to practice skills, different skills. Am I being authentic, genuine? Can I see what's going on in the person and just label it, name it, just say, oh, tired today, or oh, you're really busy.
That makes me think about, because here we call about Hakomi, or Hakomi way, or Hakomi method, but what I most of the time think is this is like a training in being human, like being better quality or better qualities, human beings with better qualities, you know.
I think so. More conscious, more aware, more loving,
more appreciative. Yeah. Okay. I think this can be our conversation about this paradox. Thank you very much, Adama.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
It's a pleasure and an honor to have you here in Bilbao. And hope you will come again.
I look very much forward to it, and hopefully you can come somewhere where you don't have to do so much work and have other people do the work so that you can just relax and enjoy more.
Thank you. I'm enjoying a lot, by the way, but I'm working a lot. Yes,
yes,
that's
you are
true.
working a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.